All right, guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. My name is Odum, and hope you had a great weekend. It is Monday, and we're going to get right back to it, which, of course, what we do here is every Monday through Friday, we get together and we live stream our process as we try to build ourselves a company which is going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. Now, as you probably know, if you've been following along, we are going to be focusing most of our efforts on making YouTube videos. And one thing that we're going to need for these YouTube videos we need to have basically like lower thirds and some basically pre-built animations that we can use, and we can reuse them in all of our videos. Basically, if we're numbering like, hey, point number 1, point number 2, whatever the case may be, or just like my name and then maybe social media stuff or whatever the case may be, we want to have those things kind of ready to go. So I figured this would be a good time to just try to kind of create those. Now, I've done them before when I've just made videos and I just kind of created those assets, but I've never actually made them into reusable assets or things that can actually be loaded in because you can go on some sites and you could buy packages to whether they're LUTs or whether you're buying packages for just animations or whatever. So I want to figure out how I could actually package it and put it in like the menu or whatever, where I can just grab my like lower third pack and go ahead and just kind of have that ready to go. So that's what we're going to try to do today. But unfortunately, I did something really, really stupid. My computer right now is like, it's installing Davinci Resolve and it's optimizing, but for me being the complete idiot that I am, I decided to just start this process now because I figured, maybe we can see the installation process, see if there's any challenges, and that'll come up, and that will come up kind of on stream. But it says that Davinci needs to restart in order for it to actually, the changes to take into effect or whatever. So I might have to restart this, but I've never restarted my computer while my stream is live. So I'm wondering if I can keep the stream live and then also like restart. Like, I don't know how that's going to work. But I guess we can try. I mean, there's a first time for everything, I guess. And I don't know if I restart my computer and this live stream is going on, and then if I come back to it, like, I just don't know what's going to happen. So we'll see. So what's going on right now is, I don't know, Davinci's doing something here in the background. So we just show it right here where it's, it's optimizing something here. So we're just going to let it do that thing. And yeah, while it's going to do that thing, I guess, I don't know, there's not much we can do other than wait. But in the meantime, is there anything else that we can have a look at? We might be able to have a look at how our ads have done. And actually, I don't know if there's anything that's happening today with our ads. So, because I think what we did is we did set our ads to not work on the weekends. So if we look at what we have today, so today we've had 2 views, 1 person, I guess, coming in from Google. So this doesn't even look like it's coming from an ad. So they're on the website for 49 seconds. So let's take a quick look at our ads here and let's see. Let's see if there's anything going on today with our ads. So 71 clicks. I'm not sure. Okay, can we go to our campaign and let's see if anything happened today. So, look at my comments. Okay. So, oh, right, last 7 days. I don't want to see last 7 days. I just want to see today. Okay, so it says we've had 15 clicks today, September 2nd. So that's interesting. So this is saying we've had 15 clicks, but my actual software is saying nobody. And even yesterday, I mean, they're coming in directly. So that's, I don't like that. Go back. What's going on here? Oh, this is pixel pieces. Okay, that's probably why. Okay, so let's go. We need to go to our actual pixel site. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, so all right. So if we look at today, all right, doing pretty good. So we got 4.46 click-through rate. Seems pretty good. Google search partners. See kind of where they're kind of coming from. And yeah, okay. So if we look here, there's one person on the website right now coming through the ads. 22 people, 26 views, average time 344. So I guess they're spending some time on the website, which is kind of good. And they're going into the about section, the blog, well, just maybe one, so not too many. So people coming from Canada, Mauritius, that's kind of interesting. Somebody coming from there, but so that's not so bad. But we're not getting we don't have any traction as of yet. So that's what we're going to have to wait for. Let's see. How is our Davinci Resolve? Still going 45 out of 67. So if we can look at our keywords, I'd really like to know what the keywords are. And again, we don't want to show the last 30 days. I just want to show today. Okay, so this is annoying. It doesn't look like this is showing me. Oh, this is showing the impression and clicks. Oh yeah, so this is for today because it did say 11 clicks, right? So website design is for small business. So that's cool. So people are clicking on that one. That's pretty expensive. Well, $1 a click, that's not bad, especially if I can get an actual sale from it. Web design agency, okay. Low quality. Your keyword has no recent impressions due to a low ad rank. The relevance of your keyword. Okay, interesting. Probably because it's getting a low click-through rate, I guess. And that's about Halifax web design. Not eligible, just low search volume. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm happy even with this one. Web designers for small business. So that's kind of exactly who I'm trying to target. So, so that's good. I mean, I think it's good. We'll have to see how it goes. Hopefully we can start getting some actual people going onto Pixel. Let's have a look here. And clicking on get started. And, getting their website up and running. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Okay, let's have a quick look here. So still optimizing. Oh, it's taking forever. I should have done that. I should have not done this because I have it. Even Davinci Resolve. Let's take a quick look here. Yeah, it's on version 19. It just got upgraded to 19, and I usually don't go for the newest version unless until it gets to version 19.1 or 19.0.5 or something like that. So I usually let other people kind of work out the bugs, but even still, version 19.0, it's, I'm sure they go in beta for quite a long time. So it should be okay. Kind of look at what's going on here too with the new features. User collaboration, that's kind of cool. The cut page, I've never used the cut page. So obviously I use the color page, but Fusion would be interesting. It'd be interesting to get really good at doing video stuff. Yeah, Resolve FX. Don't know anything about that. I'm definitely like I've made lots and edited lots of videos, but I still consider myself pretty much a beginner when it comes to learning how to use Davinci Resolve efficiently. And I've been away from Adobe Premiere for a long time. So, but even still, so I've been using this software for a long time. I think since version 15 or 16, I've probably been using it, but yeah, I still, you know, just the very, very basic stuff is kind of what I do. Oh, they have their new keyboards. That looks really, really cool. Okay, let's see. All right, so that's happening. All right, so we're still waiting. 62 out of 67. So one thing that I could kind of maybe do a quick search here. Create. I don't even know what they're called. Create reusable assets. Not exactly even sure. Yeah, this is the kind of thing. How to save and reuse your effects in Davinci Resolve Fusion. Let's maybe have a look at this video here.
So you've spent a ton of time and effort making a sick effect or title or transition or whatever the heck you've done. And now you want to save it so you can use it in future projects. And the only problem is you have no idea how to save it. So that's why in this video, I'm going to walk you step by step through the process of saving your Fusion masterpiece so that you can reuse on all of your projects until Jesus comes back. All that stuff and more coming up. But first, if you're new here, my name is Billy Ripka and I make weekly Davinci Resolve tutorials about different effects, transitions, and workflows that'll help you become a better editor. So if you want to level up your editing skills, click the subscribe button and the bell notification to stay up to date on the newest videos put out.
Get on with it.
Let's get into it. All right, so now that we're in Davinci Resolve, I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how you can new YouTube Asset Starter Pack, which has all of the assets you need to bring your YouTube videos to the next. And you can also select your media out node. You don't have to. Personally, I don't, because in most, if not all, Fusion compositions, there's already a default media out node. So I really don't see the reason why I have to save the media out node when there's already going to be a media out node in the project that I'm making. So once you have everything highlighted, click on any of the highlighted nodes and select Settings. And in the Settings drop-down menu, click on Save As. Then just go ahead and name your file. I'm just going to name mine Test because why not? Then just place it on your desktop and hit Save. Now you can pull up your file browser on the bottom left and scroll down to your main drive, which is your C drive. Mine's named Blade 15, but yours will definitely be named something else, unless you have a Razer Blade laptop like I do. When you find it, click on it and select Program Files. Then Blackmagic Design. Then the only option here is Davinci Resolve. So click on Davinci Resolve. Now select Fusion, then Templates, then Fusion again. And now this ultimately brings us in our Fusion Effects library.
This is where you get the templates. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure that's quite what we want here, but let's...
Hey, a little bit of clouds in the background.
I like Casey Ferris. I like his tutorials.
I'll turn off the sound so you can actually hear me talk and stuff. And then we have a little subtitle here, which is just a text layer over our Fusion composition, so it's easier for us to change it later. So if we want to save this and use this in, let's say, a series of videos, maybe this is your intro for every YouTube video you make. There's a few different ways to do that. There isn't something that's just like built for this, as far as I know, in Resolve. There isn't like a template thing. At least not one that includes sound and multiple layers and all that stuff. You can save a Fusion title, but it has limitations because you can't actually put a texture or any kind of media in a Fusion title So if you want
Right.
something with some audio or with a photo or anything like that, you kind of have to build it here in the timeline. Once you do, there's a couple different options. The first thing that you might want to do, if this is going to be exactly the same every time, you can just select everything, right click and say new compound clip. And then what that'll do is just kind of make this into its own little timeline, and you won't really have to deal with all the multiple layers and stuff. You can kind of just treat this as one piece of media.
Just like
one
a
clip.
layer.
That'll also live
Yeah.
in your timeline here, and you can reuse it by dragging it down, that kind of thing. So that's a pretty slick way to do it. And whether you want to do it like that or not, you can do this next step here. What I like to do if I'm going to kind of make a template for multiple different videos is generally you'll have the stuff that you reuse, like this intro, and then you'll have the stuff that switches out, like your footage, right? And maybe you'll have an outro, let's say. What I like to do is after I'm done with my first episode, let's say, I'll go up to File and Save Project As, and I'll call this Tasteful Video. Hit save. All right, so once this is saved as a new project, that means if I mess anything up on this, my original work is still fine. So what I like to do is, let's say, just for the sake of things, that we have an outro out here. What I like to do is just select all of the media that's not going to be in every episode, you know, whatever the camera files or whatever the content is, select those and hit delete. And now I have...
I think what he's going to do is just kind of save this as an actual project template, which is not quite what we're looking for because we're not making any intros, because I hate videos that have long intros. I just want to get to the point. So I think, yeah, I don't think that's what we're going to want. We basically want to be able to have our own title here. See, if I can bring up Fusion, then we can kind of see kind of what I'm talking about. But see how this has Fusion titles? There's different like 3D lower third or whatever it says kind of here. It's really kind of hard to see. But that's the kind of thing that we want to be able to save. So that we can just reuse that. So yeah, that's just saving the project. Yeah, I get that. All right, so let's try Davinci Resolve, create Fusion title. Make your own Fusion template. All right, let's give this a try.
Oh, hey, Casey Ferris here. I make videos on Davinci Resolve here on YouTube, and I get a lot of requests on how to add text to video, and especially how to make a simple template that you can kind of reuse in the edit page using some fancy stuff in Fusion. So I'm going to show you a really simple workflow really quickly with no fluff, and I hope this gets you going making your own templates and stuff in Fusion. So the very first thing I'm going to do is right-click here on the media pool and say New Fusion Composition. This is going to be our title, so I'll call this title. Set your frame rate to whatever you'd like, and I'll hit create. That'll make a blank Fusion composition here in the media pool. If you double click on that, that'll open it up in Fusion. What I like to do with a template is start out with a background node. So I'll grab this background node here and connect the background node to our media out. That will give us a black screen. Now, if I'm going to put this title over something, I want the background to be transparent. Easiest way to do that is just select this background node here and turn all of these sliders down to 0. That'll just give us a clear background to work on. Next, I'm going to add some text. Third icon over here in our toolbar is Text Plus. I'll grab that, bring that right here, take the output, and merge it over the output of background 1. And let's select our text 1 and write something. My title. Give us a little room here, push up the size a little bit. You can adjust things here however you want, change the font, size, color, all that stuff. But we're actually going to make this template to where we can change this stuff after the fact. So that sounds good. And then from here, you can add any kind of craziness you want. You can animate masks and move things around, whatever you want to do. I think what we'll do this time is just add a transform node. I'll click this little button right in the middle here. I'll add a transform node, and I'll use this to animate our title here. So with the transform node selected, I'll go up here to where it says center and add a keyframe by clicking this little keyframe diamond. That's going to be at 0, and then I'll have this fly in at about, 12 frames or so. And I'll go and add another keyframe. And let's go to the very beginning here, and we're going to grab this little widget which controls our center, and I'll just bring this down. And I'm going to bring it down enough to where the entire screen is off screen, not just the title. I guess you could bring it down so the title's just off, but if we ever want to make the title bigger in our template, we want to make sure that we have a lot of room to work. So I'm going to push it way down here. So this edge right here is off the screen. So now what we have is this flying in like that, but it's kind of jerky. I want this to kind of slow down before it stops. So I'm going to select transform 1, go up to our spline panel.
Just ease the keyframes, I guess.
And I'll select displacement and click this zoom to fit button. And I'll select this last keyframe and hit F on the keyboard for flatten. That will flatten out this graph. I can turn off spline. And now we have this flying in, and it kind of slows down before it stops. So like I said, you can add any kind of craziness to make this super fancy, but for our basic title, let's go with that because the process is totally the same. Now to save this out so I can kind of reuse this in the edit page and adjust the font and size and all that stuff without having to go into Fusion, I'm just going to box select all of my nodes except for media out and right click on any of them. And I'll go to macro, create macro.
It's a macro. That's
That'll bring
interesting.
up our macro editor. And this is a big intimidating window that has all kinds of little properties. Really what this is we're selecting what we'll be able to adjust in the edit page. So what I like to do.
That's cool. Okay. That's very interesting. So I think that's exactly what we need to do. Let's have a look here. Okay. Everything seems to be good in Fusion. Let me see if I can see if, interesting. It's not going to crash on me because it said that we definitely needed to reset, but, because if we go to edit here, I guess this is a new project. Because if I go in here, yeah, so there's these Fusion titles. So these are ones that I know that I have, I think I've purchased some of these, or are these? I don't know if some of these are, I think these are some that I've actually purchased, like these lower thirds. These ones might just be built in. There's all kinds of stuff in here. I don't know what's new and what's not. So let's just, for example, let's throw this one in here. So what does it say? Font not found. That's fine. Just use a different font. But nothing's showing. Interesting. If we go and can we edit this in Fusion? Something's wrong because it's, this thing's highlighted in red. Anyways. Anyways, that's not important. I don't know if it's because I need to reset my computer. That could be an issue. All right. But one thing that I know, I'm just, because what we're going to do is I'm going to try to give this computer a reset. But before I do that, in case anything goes crazy and I can't come back to the stream. So basically, we worked on this, I don't know how long ago it was since we worked on this, but this is kind of what we kind of had for our live stream, kind of what we want to have a setup. And we haven't built any of this stuff in yet. We don't have, as you can obviously see here, we don't have any of this kind of information showing up here on the stream. But we kind of have this look and feel where we want to be very minimal and then have this little backslash here, have that kind of wipe in and out of the screen whenever text is going to be appearing. And I'd like to keep that that style very much for, I want to keep that, what was the word? I want to keep that style for the live streams, but also for the YouTube videos as well too. So very minimal, very clean. And when it's going to be like, top 10 reasons why you should, whatever, switch over to WEBFLOW. So it's going to be point number 1 and just have that thing kind of swipe in and unveil the text and then swipe out to kind of hide the text as well too. So I want to have that little bit of an effect going on there. So we're going to have to figure that out and just design that. And then if we build that into a template, then we're going to be able to reuse it every single time as a lower third, which is going to be exactly what we want. Because that's basically, like, I don't see my videos having too much text being put on screen. So yeah, I think that's pretty much going to be it. Maybe have something about like a subscribe or whatever, but I think we can, yeah, that's pretty easy stuff. Maybe we can make those ones as well too. We'll have to think about that once we actually start making all of these videos and putting them together. Okay, so what I want to do now is, let's see. Yeah, this is going to be strange. So, yeah. So I'm going to, yeah. I need to reformat my computer or reboot my computer before I can start doing anything in Resolve. So hopefully, this stream is not going to end. I'm not sure what's going to happen. You know what? I feel like it's real. Even if the stream still stays, it's just going to be a whole bunch of dead air. So I think it doesn't really make any sense to do that right now on stream. I think it's kind of stupid. Yeah, I think that's really stupid. Okay, so Yeah. Yeah, I think that's stupid. I think that doesn't make any sense. Okay. So what I'll do, yeah, I feel really bad. I totally messed this up in terms of what I was going to do today. So what I think I'm going to do is I should just end the stream and then just go in and start creating things. And then we can get back together here tomorrow and see kind of where we are in terms of these lower thirds. Shoot. Yeah, I'm sorry. I totally messed this up today. Just wasn't thinking. Must be after this whole after the end of the summer and getting into Labor Day here. Oh, man, I'm so stupid. I wasn't thinking this through. I should have just waited to start the stream until I like reformatted everything, and not reformatted, but like updated Resolve from 18 to 19. Shoot. Okay, I'll have to change the title because obviously the title of the stream is working on these titles in Fusion, so it might just be like thinking about it but then screwing it up. I don't know. We'll have to figure out what to do there. Anyways, okay. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna call it a day today. Super early. I feel really bad, really shitty, terrible stream. But I don't know. Sometimes I guess in business things don't always go according to plan on a day-to-day basis. So we'll leave it in here. The wins and then the losses, I guess, is kind of how things go, I guess. All right. So that's it for me for today. So I'll be back at it tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll get this thing going and we're actually going to hop into Resolve and do some stuff 100%. So until then, have a good one and we'll see you tomorrow.